All right. Start a video to a toilet flushing. Isn't that great? All right. Pentax Talk. uh, did a video last week, I guess. I took both these cameras with me on my trip to the Rockies, the K-1 Mark II and the K-3 Mark III. Somebody on social media, because I posted this on social media, Josh was wanting to know the differences or what he should buy between these two cameras, because they're really close in price. You get one of these a lot cheaper if you buy it used. So I figure I'd go off. I've seen that question a few times, so I figure I'd go over that right now. It's kind of the K-1 Mark II versus the K-3 Mark III. And I mean, it's kind of different for Pentaxians, because there's, you've got the K-1 and that's it as far as full frame cameras. But I mean, you can watch other videos. What's the difference between full frame DSLR and digital SLR, and like a crop sensor camera. I mean, they're going to say the low light image is better. You get more of a shallow depth of field. Typically, you get more megapixels, and you also get did I say better low light performance? A little bit better low light performance, but the K3 Mark III is really good. But there's something magical, and a lot of people, when they do the videos on YouTube and talk about full frame versus crop sensor cameras, they don't really talk about it. There's this little bit of magic, or like 3D-ish, with the full frame sensor over the crop sensor cameras, and it even gets magnified more when you put some really good glass on it. So it's a bigger sensor. It takes in more light. It has a little bit more pop to it. But with K3 Mark III and the crop sensor camera, any of the crop sensor cameras, you typically get more frames per second. A lot of times you get better autofocus system in there, and if you're shooting like action and wildlife, you want that little further reach, and that's what you'll get with a crop sensor camera. So I mean, the difference in the two is pretty much what are you shooting? Are you shooting landscapes, or do you like to shoot lenses wide open, say like at f1.4 or whatnot? If you're shooting landscapes and that sort of stuff is your main thing, and you like to shoot wide open on some other stuff, so maybe some portraits or whatnot, the K-1 is definitely where you should go. But if you're shooting like mostly action, wildlife, and stuff like that, definitely the K-3 Mark III. Like I said, they're close in price, but you could buy this K-1 used at a cheaper price. So there's my quick explanation on that. But the K-3 Mark III, I have to say, I mean, I talked about the full frame, like the magic behind it, and the kind of 3D-ish that you get from it, and I could see some of that in the K3 Mark III. I hadn't seen that in another crop sensor camera. There's something going on there. I don't know what Pentax did, but they did something really special. Every time when the flagship whatever crop sensor camera comes out from whatever company, and everybody's like, oh, it's just as good as full frame. It never is. But like I said, this K3 Mark III has a little bit of there's that little extra magic in there. I don't know what it is, but there's not even a word for it. It's just, like I said, magical, like 3D image quality type deal. And the K3 has a little bit of that. It's not as much as like the K1, but it has a little bit of that in there. That's the first time I've seen that. So K3 Mark III is definitely a special camera. So what else we talk about? I'm going to just do some fun stuff real quick. Oh, this is a lazy Sunday. I'm sitting here with my feet propped up, having a Corona, wishing I was at the beach. Cheers. Okay. Now, let's talk about fun stuff. I've got all these Pentax cameras, old film cameras that I just got in recently. So I will. I think I got here. Oh gosh. Oh. All right. I just grabbed all these off my pool table. I hadn't even listed these on eBay. So let's go through a few. This is the ZX5. It's got a panoramic feature in it. These you could typically buy for $10-15 if they're working off eBay, which I'll test them. The batteries cost more than the camera's worth generally, but if you're wanting to shoot and film, that's cool. Is there anybody that actually sells this panoramic film or processes it anymore? Let me know. But yeah, look how small it's got. Typical nice grip. This stuff is Pentax. Oh, there's another one, the ZX60. Pretty much the same camera. There's a bunch of these. I don't even know if I'll test these. I might just put these in a big lot because, like I said, they're not worth the $10 or $15. I'll just put them in there as untested. ZX10. Was it the ZX50? God, I had like 3 or 4 in a row that I tested, and they were all mirror lockup, or the shutter wasn't working. And they didn't even seem like they've been used. Those Pentax autofocus cameras are not very good. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Cool strap. Maybe I could get my wife to start using a DSLR or something. Put this nice finish strap to it. We got the PZ10. Kind of similar to those other ones, but let's get into the cool stuff. What we got here? Pentax Honeywell. What was this? SP1? No, just a Spotmatic. No numbers on there. But the mirror was stuck up on this, but I think I got it going. Not pretty good. These are classic cameras, M42 mount, screw mount right there. You know how you saw my K-1 and my K-3, and you think I would like this silver edition, but you know what I like better? For these old film cameras, this one just sticks out to me. It's kind of cool. This is the ES model. Look at that. Nice film. M42 mount as well. Here's them both side by side. Look pretty much the same, just one's black. And they're both 1,000. Yep, they both go to shutter speed 1,000th of a second. Both very solid cameras. Look at that. But this one does, it looks better, doesn't it? Anyway, okay. Last film camera. Oh, at least find room for one over here. All right. This is a Ricoh, not Ricoh Pentax, but Ricoh made, before they were, Pentax, Ricoh Pentax, they made some cameras for Sears and whatnot. So this is one of those cameras. It's a K-mount. There you go. Has this, these, I hadn't really used these because they're kind of short, but these neoprene straps, they're actually really, seem like they're really comfortable. This is Optec is what it's called. But I just thought I'd show that. There's lots of K-mount lenses out there that might be made by this Ricoh brand and Sears and whatnot, but thought I'd just show that camera real quick. What else we talk about? Sending my 20 to 40 millimeter back this week. I've got a couple of weeks before it's out of warranty, and I don't know if you saw my previous video, but the manual focus kind of catches here. The autofocus is fine, but it catches. I already sent this off to Precision Camera, and they fixed it, but when they sent it back, that was the problem. So I'm not having very much luck with Precision Camera. So we'll send that back out, still under warranty, and hopefully third time's a charm, because I've only sent 2 things out to them, and both had problems on the way back. So get your crap straight, Precision Camera. All right, what else we talked about? I ordered a lens. What lens did I order? Because I like the K3 Mark III so much, I went back and ordered a lens that I hadn't had in a long time. Now, on my trip to the Rockies, I took the Sigma 10 to 20 millimeter lens, which is great, but I was remembering a lens I had at the time, and I really didn't use it that much before I sold it. It was a limited lens. Do you know which one I'm thinking of, since I'm talking about wide angle lenses? The 15 millimeter f4 lens. I'm going to try that again. I did a review on it probably 6 years ago, something like that. I had a bunch of lenses coming at the time, and I remember thinking it was good, but as you might have, if you've watched my videos for a while, this 20 to 40 limit is just outstanding. And after I got this, I tried out a few different limited lenses, and that was one of them. And even though it was really good, it didn't wow me as much as this lens. So I was like, I was just going through a lot of lenses. I'm gonna try it again. I didn't have it but for like a month, maybe a month and a half. So and I sold it and got something else. So I'm gonna give it another shot. And sorry, my cat's jumping up here. Give it a try. And one of my complaints at the time was, hey Daisy, one of my thoughts at the time was I was using a lot of the Koken filters, graduated filters and stuff, which has that sliding mechanism, and it has this built-in hood that you can't really use that Koken filter with. But when I was on the live with Photo Universe Ed, he mentioned that you can put like a higher quality UV filter on that front thread and then put the Koken filter on there. So I'm going to try that out, but I hadn't been using the Koken filters much lately, so I just figured I'd try it anyway. But I think he's going to do a video on that, so check that out. Hopefully he does a video on it. So I'd like to see what he has all done up with. But that will be coming, and I'll be doing another review on it. And I'll be doing some of the other limiteds. I need to do reviews on them, the 43 and the 30 millimeter limited full frame lenses. Doing reviews on those on the K3 Mark III and checking those out. What else? What can I talk about with Pentax? Future cameras. Every time a new camera comes out, it's not even a month. Everybody's asking, what is the next camera? What is the next camera? So the K3 Mark III came out, and it was just like, when's the K-1 Mark III coming out? So it always happens. It doesn't matter what brand camera. They're always asking as soon as the next one comes out, which one's going to come out, what camera's coming out next. And nobody knows really, unless you have insight in the company. But it's fun to kind of guess and see what is actually going to come out next. K3 Mark III, I don't think it's going to be the next one personally. This is just my guess. What I think is going to come out is some sort of video camera type thing. Is it going to be the K80? Maybe. But remember, I think the KS2, I think it came out first. Is there going to be KS3? Maybe, maybe not. it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, my guess would be I don't think they're going to make a KS3, but if they do, that would be next. If that's on the radar, that would be their next. It'll probably be a KS or a K80, and what would I think that would be on there? Of course, it's not going to have. I think it would pretty much be a KP with a couple other, with the prime image, what is it, 5 in it. Not as many, not obviously not the same autofocus system of this, and not as many frames per second, but it would have the flip out screen. It would have more. It would have the 4K and all that, but it would have less features, less setup than the K3 Mark III. That would be my guess. What do you think is going to be the next camera? But you know what I'm really waiting on is a couple lenses come out. They announced them a while ago. Come on, release them. The 21 millimeter limited. I really want that to come out. Really looking forward to that. That'll be great. And also the 18 to or 16 to 50 or 55, whatever it is, the DA star lens with the PLM. I talked about this with the K3 as far as video. Maybe that's when the K80 will come out. That lens will be come out at the same time, because it will be like the total kind of video package with the flip out screen and everything. Maybe that's what's coming up next. Also, lenses they need to make is a 400 millimeter prime f5.6. They need to, I really want that lens. They need to make a 135, I've said this before, 135 millimeter f2 lens. Limited lens would be great, kind of a little smaller, compact. I don't know if they can make an f2, but something around that lines I would really enjoy. I guess that's about it I'm going to talk about today, but lazy Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.